Excellent. Recording is in progress. Thank you. It is Wednesday. It's always Wednesday when we do this. I was checking my hair. There's something on my screen that made me look like I had a black dot on my nose. Anyways, here we go. In 1962, the Rolling Stones were formed. And now that we live in the wonderful world of technology, we can go back and see many of theirs and other old Miles Davis, all sorts of old stuff that was maybe only broadcast once on the television. And now we can look back if we wanted to test this story I'm about to tell. But if you see some of that old footage of the Rolling Stones, you will notice that Mick Jagger is a pretty boring frontman. And not only boring, but you might even say that he's maybe like kind of a little nerdy or not cool. He's not a great frontman. He doesn't have what he eventually comes to be known for. The Mick Jagger that if we even know who Mick Jagger is today, that we all have come to know and expect as a performer. And he's a great performer. How did Mick Jagger become this great performer? What happened? Something happened in about 1966. And if you go back and watch the videos, after 1966, Mick Jagger is suddenly an incredible rock and roll frontman. So in 1966, the Rolling Stones had an opening band called the Ike and Tina Turner Revue. And during that tour, Mick realized that he needed to up his game as he watched Tina Turner perform and front her band. And he learned many, many, many great lessons on how to be a frontman just by watching Tina Turner do what she did. So we all have these things that we do in our life, and some of them we consider big or we consider them small, or it doesn't really matter, but people see us do what we do, and there's a rippling effect that will just, and that is like almost a form of immortality. So half the time when we're seeing something the Rolling Stones is doing later throughout the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and whatever, what we're seeing is the ripple effect of Tina Turner and her influence on Mick Jagger and the Rolling Stones. Also loved her in the third Road Warrior movie, I think called Thunderdome. One man enter, two man enter, one man leave. Anyways, thank you very much for coming this evening. I'm going to scoot back so we can start in our seated position. And cross the legs easy. This comes naturally to me. If you just turn the feet in, I don't need to just do that right away. And we're going to just, for a moment, we're going to pull the core in. My shirt got stuck in my half lotus in the heel there. Okay, shoulders back, core in. We're just going to take a few breaths here. Nothing but breathing. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the nose. And we're going to continue to do that. And if you want to restrict the larynx, it makes a little bit more sound and vibration in this throat area. That would be the traditional Ujjayi breath, but just deep breathing is great. And on the next in-breath, we're going to lift the shoulders up towards the ears. And then on the out-breath, we're going to roll them back and down and then forward and then back up, new in-breath. Then on the out-breath, back down and forward, then all the way back up. And moving just in the shoulders and in the breathing. And the shoulders, if you were looking on the outside, are making like a circle motion as they run back, forward. That's one direction here at first. Yes, and then please, we'll go backwards, whatever the opposite direction is for you. Keeping the core engaged, keeping the breathing going. Keeping that spine straight up to the crown of the head. Excellent. Back to center. We're just going to take a moment. We do continue the breathing. We're going to reach the right arm all the way up, and then we're going to bring that hand down the back. We want to take the left hand and grab the elbow. So when I did that, I pulled my elbow a little more, like it's a point almost coming out of the top of my head, but not quite. This will situate the back of my head to the full arm and elbow situation. Thank you, Frank. I was afraid someone was texting me saying, I can't hear you or I can't get you on the thing, but I'll catch that later, Frank, and see what you text me. Good. Over to the other side. Left hand up, down the spine. Head pushing again back against that arm. And we're pushing back against this area here where the elbow and the arms meet. And as we push back with the head into that, it opens up through the shoulder joint. We're going to keep on breathing. Very nice. Let's push the walls out. We're going to pull the fingers back and then the thumbs especially, and then push out through the palms. We're going to continue breathing here. Good. And we're going to turn and look to the right. We're going to hold this and breathe and try to sit up tall. Try to keep that shoulder, the core a bit engaged. Through the torso, we are turning to the other side. Most of the twisting, the head is going for the ride. Good. One more in the seated position. Right hand down, maybe about a foot away from your hip. We are going to keep this arm straight. Left palm faces the sky. We're coming up and over, long reaching. Think about your left hip locking down like it's magnetically attracted to the floor or the earth. And then we're going to look up along the elbow to the sky. When you do that, try not to let your right shoulder go with that movement. Try to keep it in place and only move with the head. It's abstract and you don't notice it until it's pointed out. And you want to keep that back where it was. Good. Other side, left hand down, right arm comes up and over, long reaching. Again, and we're going to look up along the elbow armpit without bringing this shoulder on the downside forward. Keep it where it was as best as you can. Excellent. Back to center. Let's stand and we're going to hop about a little bit. So just a little hopping. You could do foot to foot. You could go full hopping. Depends on what kind of arrangement you have with the people that live underneath you, if there are any. I just have a cat that lives underneath me. Doesn't mind me hopping. Excellent. Feet the distance of the shoulders or hips. Core is engaged. We're swinging the arms forward. Breathing in the nose. And then let's go the opposite direction, please. And across the front, switching what hand goes on the top. All right, hands on the hips. We swing the hips around. Try to keep the head mostly in the middle, so mostly the center part of the body is moving and the head is staying almost like it's between the feet, but up here at the top. And then opposite direction, please. Very nice. Step the right foot directly over the left. Forward fold, but you super flexible people, do not forward fold all the way. We want the hands above the earth because we're going to move them in circle patterns right here. Great, so we'll switch the feet, step the other foot over, and then a new pattern, pendulum. And let's stand. Feet together, big toes touching, ankles a little bit apart, thumbs out, pour in. We're going to breathe in, reach up. The hands are coming in prayer above the head as we look up. Then we're going to breathe out and forward fold, bringing the fingers nice and low. Try to keep the legs straight. Hands could be on the shins or the ground. We look up, shoulder blades together. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up again, hands in prayer above the head. We look up to the hands in prayer and then come down through the heart center as we look forward, back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding again, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Forward fold on the out-breath. All the way back up, hands in prayer to the moon. Down through the heart center. Breath in, all the way back up again. Breathing out, a forward folding, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Forward fold again. Back up, reaching out and up. Down through the heart center. We're going to push into the earth and we circle all the way back up again. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, and from here, yes, we're going to step to the top of push-up, belly and legs tight. Every time we step back to the top of this plank push-up, belly and legs are tight. We're going to maintain that, and we're going to lower, drop, up dog or cobra, and down dog. Feet are about 2 fists apart, and we're going to bend one leg, push the opposite heel towards down. Continuing the breathing in the nose, looking at the knees or the navel. Good. Walk your way up to the top of the mat, feet back together, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. Forward fold on the out breath. All the way back up, prayer to the moon. Down through the heart to the earth, back up on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low again. We look up, flatten the back. We step in again, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. You could be still if you prefer, up on the toes on the in-breath, down with the heels on the out-breath. And we are, of course, continuing the breathing. All right, step or jump, top of the mat, toes together, we look up. And we forward fold. Again, all the way up to the sky. We're coming back down through the heart center and then up again on the in-breath. Breathing out, forward folding, fingers low. We look up, stepping top of push-ups. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog, and we're going to stay here. Remember, anytime you want, you're welcome to rest. Very nice. Step, jump, top of the mat. We look up and we forward fold. All the way up, hands in prayer to the ceiling. If you feel like arching back, lift the heart a little bit. And then we'll bring the arms down to the sides. We're going to do the second part today with crescent. You're welcome to do warrior if you prefer, warrior one. We sit in chair. Good. Up, over, forward, folding again, fingers low. We look up, we step in, top of push-up, we lower, drop, up dog, down dog, right foot stepping, we stay on the ball of the left for crescent. You don't have to do it, you could do warrior if it's more stable for you. And arms up. In crescent only, if you like, you could bounce a little bit. Good, hands back down again, stepping, top of push up, we lower, drop, up dog, down dog, left foot stepping, we stay on the ball of the right foot, arms up, and in crescent, if you like, you can bounce. All right, hands down again, stepping. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog, and we stay right here breathing. Good, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together, we look up. Forward fold, feet and knees sitting in Utkatasana. Standing, shoulders back, tight core. Let's do a couple more of those. We sit in chair again. Great. Up, over, forward, folding, fingers low. We look up, flatten the back. We step in, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Press it again, right foot steps. Stay on the ball of the left. We're just going to hold here. Keep on breathing. Very nice. Hands down again. Step in, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot, please. Step in, back up. Hands up, breathing. Excellent. Hands down again. Step in, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And we're going to breathe right here. All right, step, jump, top of the mat. We look up, forward fold, feet and knees sitting in chair again, standing, shoulders back. One more with crescent. We sit in chair, up, over, forward folding. We look up, stepping back, top of push-up, lower, up dog, down dog. Crescent again on the right, right foot steps. Let's keep it simple today. Staying in crescent, breathing here. Excellent. Hands down again. Stepping, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Left side, please. Back up. Arms up, breathing here. All right, hands down, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog, and we're going to breathe here. Good. Step or jump, top of the mat. We look up, forward fold. Feet and knees. We're going to sit in chair. We're going to stay in chair just like this today, breathing. Very nice. Let's stand, arms down. We'll take the feet apart about the distance of the hips or shoulders. We're going to grab elbows or prayer and let everything fall off your back. You can bounce if you like, or just hang around. Let's engage the core, come all the way up and touch the ceiling. And then all the way back down, we're going to take the peace fingers under the big toes. You see my legs are bent, thumbs touching, elbows pulling away, and then we'll see if the legs will go straight, reaching the top of the head straight down to between the big toes-ish. Good. Up again to the ceiling. Down again, each hand under each foot from the front so the toes touch the crease in the wrist. You can pull up on the feet if you like. I definitely got my legs bent on this. I'm trying to make them straight. You probably are too. We keep breathing. Good. Let's stand, and we are going to return to the top of the mat if we didn't stay there. Big toes together. We're going to turn the thumbs out, core is in. Let's take a couple of breaths here. All right, we sit in chair. Utkatasana. Up, over, forward, folding, fingers low. We look up. We're stepping again, top of push-up. We lower, drop. Up dog and down dog. First warrior of the night is warrior 2. Right foot steps, left foot turns out. Warrior 2, arms out over the feet. Knee close to over the ankle. Could be less. Not more though, please. We're going to keep breathing, looking at the right hand. Straight the leg in the front. I am going to make my stance about an inch shorter. We're going to reach out for triangle, right hand down, left arm up, and we're going to stay here breathing. If you want to look down, look at the foot, should be right under your nose. If you can look up, that's the tradition. We look to the reaching hand. Let's place both hands on the shin, and we can shorten the stance another couple of inches for the twist of a triangle. Parivrtta Trikonasana. Right arm is coming up, legs are staying straight, feet are flat. We're breathing in the nose. Right hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. Left foot, warrior 2, please. Back up. And heel to heel aligned. We're going to stay here and breathe a little bit. Good. We'll straight the leg in the front. We're going to reach out a bit for triangle. Left hand down, right arm up. Both hands on the shin. We shorten the stance a couple of inches. Don't let the hip jump out. We twist. Breathe in. Very nice, hands back down again, stepping type of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, and we're gonna stay in down dog in case you wanna rest. All right, step, jump, top of the mat, toes together, we look up, and we forward fold. Feet and knees, sitting in chair, standing, shoulders back, tight core. Let's continue. Utkatasana, the chair. Good. Up, over, forward folding. We look up, we step in, top of push-up. We lower, drop, up dog, down dog. Warrior two again on the right foot stepping. Arms out over the feet. Just a moment here, a breath or two. And when you're ready, center of the forearm on the leg out near the knee, left arm up and over. We're going to breathe here. If you want it for extended side angle, you could also put the right hand on the ground, your choice. We'll be here a little longer. Back up to warrior two. Your choice with the back foot. The tradition of Ashtanga is flat, otherwise ball the foot. Back arm, the left one comes all the way up. Elbow outside of the leg, hands in prayer into the sternum. Rotating that right shoulder back. Breathing here. Very nice, hands down again, stepping, top of push up, we lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. And left foot, please, warrior two, back up. Couple of breaths here. And stay here in warrior two, please, for a moment. Good, extended side angle, forearm on the leg, right arm up and over. We're going to breathe and reach. You could, whatever you did on the other side, let's do the same. Good, back up. Whatever you did with the back foot on the last one, we're swinging through. Elbow outside. Rotating that left shoulder back. We're going to breathe here. Great, hands down again, stepping back. We lower, drop, up dog, and down dog. We're stepping right foot. You can step whatever foot you want so you're facing the right direction that you can see need to see your device. We're doing horse, toes are splayed, knees are opening, and we hold the sky. Excellent. Let's stand. We're going to turn the feet to run straight forward. We're going to reach straight up and then straight down. We're going to take a nice long hold on this one. Fingertips will go if there was a line, big toe to big toe, fingertips will go on that line. Head towards that line. If you want to put palms down, the fingers stay where they are, palms down, elbows back through the legs. We're going to do our best to hang out and breathe. Good, back up. We reach to the ends of the fingers, behind the back, intertwine fingers, and then we're going to forward fold again. Let's be light as possible in the toes. You can lift them if you like. Good, up to the ceiling again. And then all the way back down. You can grab the shins, the ankles, or the big toes with the peace fingers. Pull the elbows away from the ears. Head is reaching down. We are breathing in the nose. We'll stay down low, both hands over to the right. We're going to stay here a little bit tonight. Let that left shoulder pull under and through. We are reaching the crown of the head towards the top of the foot, the nose in the direction of the knees. Sometimes it seems like a far ways off. It's just the direction we're moving, not necessarily getting there. Good, over please to the other side. So it's the same but the opposite. So the right shoulder is coming under and through. Let's come up. We're going to shorten the stance to about 3.5 feet. Right toes are straight out the front. Left toes 45 degrees. Behind the back, we shall grab the elbows or reverse prayer. Pull the shoulder blades together. We look up. Keep the shoulder blades together. We're going to come down and look at the right foot. Breathing, trying to make the shoulders the same distance to the earth. And you could stay right here the whole time, or you can hop up into warrior number 3. And we're going to breathe here a little bit. My foot's not going up as high today. The rain does interesting things to my body. It's okay, I understand. Ardha Chandrasana, right hand down, left arm up. It's the half moon. Totally optional, the switching of the hands. And then let's put that left foot back down. We're going to pivot. Right toes 45, left toes out. And then arms out. Again, behind the back. Shoulder blades together. And we're going to come down and look now at the left foot. And if you like, up to warrior 3, best as you can do. Half moon if you like. Left hand down, right arm up. And you can twist it. Very nice. Let's stand, move around a little bit. Pace around if you like. Run around if you like. So we're going to do, we don't do this one a lot in this class. So I'm going to do, you can do normal tree if you like, but I'm going to I call this difficult tree, trademark. And we're going to bring the right ankle up above the left knee. You can flex that foot. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. And then we're going to bend the standing leg. We're going to breathe right here. All right, let's stand and we're going to do the other side. So standing on the right, that left ankle comes up above the knee of the standing leg. You could flex the foot if you like. That feels good to me. Bending the standing leg, hands to the heart. Ankles talking to me. Let's stand again. We'll take a moment, move stuff around if you like. Just the body. I mean, like not furniture or anything. Okay, On the left foot, we are standing. Right leg is coming up, right hand grabs the right knee, left hand on the hip. Maintain the hips, that they'll be like parallel to the earth. Those of you that want to are welcome to grab the big toe and extend the leg. Even if that extended leg is bent, but keep that right hip down. I'm just going to hold the knee. We're taking several breaths right here. And we're going to open that leg out to the right as we look over the left shoulder. Back to center, show me the bottom of your foot. Excellent, we put that down, let's move around. All right, standing on the right, we're lifting the left. However you did it on the other side, if it can be mirrored, please do that. We're gonna breathe. Standing side is straight and tall. We open that leg out to the left as we look over the right shoulder. Back to center, show me the bottom of your foot. Excellent. Feet about the distance of the hips. We're coming down into our squat. Oh yeah, that was my knee talking to me. We're sitting up really tall, elbows into the legs, pushing them open, but really lengthen up the back. So try not to come down into it, come way up into it. And we're gonna breathe here. If you wanted to do crow or headstand, this would be a fine place to do it. You can catch up whenever you feel like it. Let's bring hands in prayer straight forward. We're coming all the way up to the ceiling. And then all the way back down, hands in prayer straight forward. All the way up again to the ceiling. Back down, hands in prayer straight forward. One more time, all the way up. If you want to arch back, lift the heart. And we're going to come back down and we're going to make our way to pigeon. Hands top of the mat. And we're going to step back, top of plank, tight. We lower, drop, up dog. A down dog. Let's hold the right foot up over the back wall. Couple more breaths if you want to bend that leg. And throw that shin top of the mat. Scoot the left leg back. You can lift the heart. And then down, forearms, head down. And we're going to take many breaths right here. If you want more, the foot on the bent leg comes forward. The stop point is when the shin is squared to the front of the mat. That is a long ways off for most of us. Don't force it. Don't worry about getting there. The hip might be off the ground. We're going to breathe. Great. Again, hands top of the mat. We're going to step that leg back. You could shake it if you like. I'm going to shake it. Top of push up, please. Tight. We lower down. Up dog. Only the legs are tight in up dog. And down dog. Left leg is coming up. You could bend that leg if you like, opening up the hip. And then, yes, we are again throwing that shin up top. Right leg crawls back. The knee's going to end up outside of our ribs when we come down. And we're going to breathe here. All right, if you need some extra push-ups, you're welcome to get them here. We're stepping back again. You could shake that leg that was bent if you like. Top of push-up. We lower down, up dog and down dog. Great. Let's sit down with the legs straight out in front of us. We're going to breathe in and touch the sky. We're going to breathe out and attempt to touch the toes. Then back up, breathing in and over. The out breath is on the downward fold. All the way up, touch the ceiling for a moment, and then arms down. Let's take our time. We're going to do shoelace pose. I'll walk you through it real easy. Stop anytime you like. We're going to take the right heel under the left hip. So the right knee is pointing forward, straight out of the torso, the leg is on the ground. Left foot jumps over, sitting up tall. You could stay right like this. Shoelace pose is because the right hand grabs the left shoelace, pulls back. If you want, if the knees aren't lining up, they might line up okay on this. On the other side, I'll need it more, but keep the feet rooted, fingers on the mat, lift up and lunge a tiny bit forward to move the knees. Right arm, a repeat, down the back, grabbing the elbow, head pushing back again, core in and up, breathing here. If you're super flexible, you can come around the back, but keep the head pushing against the arm and the core engaged. Very nice. We are going to do the other side of it. So the left heel is coming under the right hip. You can see most of my foot's out. It's only the heel. And then that other foot jumps over. You could stay there. The left hand could grab the shoelace, pulling back. And then you see the disparity between the side to side with my knee lining up. So you'll see it here more. Fingers down and then lunge forward. The knees line up. Left arm up, down the back. Elbow, head pushing back. Core in, breathing here. Good. Unwind all that. We're going to reverse plank. So let's put the legs straight out in front of us. The hands are going behind us, almost under the shoulders. The fingers are pointing up towards the feet. We're going to point the toes, lift the hips, and stay looking at the ceiling. So don't let the head fall. Great. Back down. We're crossing the legs. We're going to do a slightly different twist than we do most often. With the legs crossed, you can cross them gently. The right hand is going to grab the left knee. Left hand either right behind you, sitting up tall as we twist, or coming all the way around, grabbing your shirt, your pocket, or your leg. And as always, we're looking at the eyeball line on the wall or the shelf or whatever's around. And let's come over, please, to the other side. Left hand grabs the right knee, right hand either behind you or getting all over the pocket or the leg or whatever you can get. Sit up tall, look at the wall or the guitar. Excellent. Back to center. We're going to have the legs out in front with the legs bent for our core work. Arms underneath these legs, and then we're going to roll back on the tail. You could stay here. You can let go, locking the shoulders back, looking at the feet. You could lift the feet up, straighten the legs. Hands in prayer there or to the toes or behind the head. It's a lot of work. We're going to breathe here. We are doing 5. Very nice. Cross the legs, grab the shins, sit up real tall. Excellent. Back up. Breathing, shoulders back. Cross the legs, sit up nice and tall. Up again. We might double up on the core today because I forgot I told someone I would do something and then I didn't do it and I just remembered. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And 4. We're going to get a core overdose today. Cross the legs, sit up tall. And 1 more in this. Shoulders back, breathing, looking at the feet. Great. Hug the knees in for a second. And then we're going to lie down flat. Once lying down flat, I always like putting my hands kind of underneath my rear end. Some people put them under the low back. I like them under the rear end. It's your choice. The head and shoulders are staying down, and we're going to lift the legs up and then bring them down, but don't touch the ground. And then all the way back up and then down, don't touch the ground. And we're going to keep going just for a little bit longer. All right, knees into the chest. Pull those shoes down and bring the nose up for a moment. And then we're doing bridge. You can do Urdhva Dhanurasana if you like. Feet down flat, feet on knees, 2 fists apart, longest finger almost touches the heel. And we lift the hips, tuck the shoulder, intertwine the fingers, push the arms down. And we're going to stay here breathing. Great. Back down. For those of you that like, we're going to go upside down. We shall start with plow, kicking the feet up and over the head, legs in the direction of straight. You can have the hands in the back, which I've been doing lately, or intertwine fingers with the arms down on the ground. We're taking full 5 breath here. If your hands are not on the back, put them there now. Before the legs come up, it's easier to scooch the elbows in closer to the distance of the shoulders if you can get them closer to that. And then straight up with the feet, and we're going to breathe here. Heavy shoulders, heavy elbows, breathing. The further the feet go away from your face, the more it goes in the elbows if you need to make an adjustment. We're staying about 10 more breaths. Right, bend the legs, bring the knees down to the ears, roll down into dead bug. You grab the feet, knees in the armpits, heads down on the ground. You can stay still or rock around a bit if you like. Right, knees into the chest. Let's pull the shins down and bring the nose up again. We're going to take a couple of breaths here. Excellent. Lay down flat. We're going to lift the right leg up. Both hands come up towards the heel, nose towards the knee. We'll do our best to hold the left leg down on the ground. Excellent. We're going to switch it. Now we do the best to hold the right leg pushing on the ground. Excellent. Let that down. We're going to do a mildly more complicated twist than we normally do. So just take your time. I'll do my best to make it simple. We're going to lift the right knee up. The left hand is going to grab the right knee. The right hand is going to reach out and away. We're going to pull that knee over to the left so the hip comes up. And we're going to look over to the right. We're going to breathe here. Right, back up to center, and then we'll lay down flat, and we shall do the other side. Left knee's coming up. Right hand grabs the left knee. Left arm goes out. We're going to pull that knee over a bit. We're using the whole body to move it. We're not just pulling it over there. And then we're going to look to the reaching out left hand. I'm going to breathe here. And back up to center, hug the knees into your chest. Thank yourself for coming out. Tell yourself you did a good job. We're going to lay down. If anyone wants to, I'm going to set up a spine support using my mat. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and we'll set it up. So we want to roll up the mat as tight as possible. And if the mat rolled a little unevenly, then you can put it and bang it on the ground like that. We're going to put this, and you see that a foam roller are normally about like a little bit longer, and sometimes, but they're both very good. I like the cushiness of the mat too, but foam roller is a little bit longer. We're going to put it down the spine like this, but we're going to lay down. So I just place it on the ground, and I want kind of about the middle of the back of my head, supported by the end of the mat. And then I'm allowing the shoulders to drop open. And sometimes it feels weird to let the feet come down, and sometimes it feels fine. But if it feels weird, you can keep the feet with the legs bent so you can kind of support your tailbone area. But again, we're really focusing on letting the body just kind of, let's say, droop and hang around the spine support, which is the rolled up mat or possibly the foam roller. And we're going to stay here a little bit tonight. We shall let the breath return to normal. We're going to let everything be whatever it's going to be. Just float around with a nice supported spine. If you're comfortable here, you're welcome to stay here as long as you like. But to get off the rolled up mat, you kind of got to roll off to one side. Now the opposite hand would then push you up. And here we go. So one sitting for those of you that are going to join in the ending here. We're going to bring the hands to the heart center, rubbing them together, making a bit of fire. By the way, you don't have to do the whole yoga class to do the spine support thing. It's a nice thing to do by itself on your own, end of the day, whenever, don't matter. You can do it anytime. Good, arms all the way up. We're going to take a breath in through the nose as much as we can get. We're going to breathe in more through the mouth and even more. Hold the breath, tighten the core, tighten the legs, lift the floor, hold all that for a moment. And then everything must go, let it out. You're living your dream, don't miss it. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming out this evening. Yeah, it's danieloverberger.com. You can find links to my Venmo and PayPal there. Those of you on YouTube, please give me a like. All right. Just